Okay. So, you know, there's a lot of different generations that you guys all represent, each one of you, because we're not all the same age, but we're, you know, kind of nicely spread throughout them. And there's probably even a baby boomer here amongst us.
Not me.
Cannot be sure about that, but you know, the baby boomers are the gross national product of sex-starved World War II veterans who
Is anybody breathing hard?
did came home and did their thing.
Yeah.
And of course, they are, all those kids, because there's so many of them, are going to bankrupt Social Security. So the rest of us have to, you know, figure out something else to do.
Not our fault.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about it. I'm just telling the truth. Right? And,
Let's not do politics.
Yeah, and so
Because Sharon, you and I will be out on the porch by ourselves.
Hey, if Social Security goes away, there's going to be a 1 million man march on Washington. Guns loaded.
I'll be
Double
leading
world.
the parade. But then you got Generation X, and those were the MTV addicts who paid more attention to celebrities and their lives than they did their own. And then there's Generation Y. Thanks to them, we've got all these frickin' passwords that we can't remember. And now there is Generation Z.
Oh, jeez.
And Generation Z, they're kind of referred to as the millennials, but that's what happens when you mix MTV with the internet.
Oh.
You get Kardashian.
Oh, God. That was a laugh. I'm ready. I'm ready. I timed it. I did it. I knew that one without a sign.
So those of us that are in our 70s and 80s, we didn't get one of those cute names for our generation.
No.
It was very disappointing. And when I looked it up, it turns out we were part of the silent generation.
It's silent, yeah.
Oh, those of you that know me.
Yeah, no.
Something wrong with that theory, that's for sure.
You're a definite dropout.
But here's the thing. You know, after we went to college, we paid off our college loans. And then we sent our kids to college and we paid off their college loans. And then we put money into our 401ks because we're not going to have any Social Security as time goes by. And we didn't want to be a burden to our children.
Yes.
So, wow, we had disposable income. All right? And we were prime for a good time. So cruising became our national pastime. And you know, they had us at the Lido deck. That is Indonesian for feeding frenzy. 24-hour pizza and ice cream. You cross the gangplank and you automatically gain 5 pounds. And they made stops for us at Carnival-owned islands. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say that we do have a name. We are called the Carnival Kids. So those of us in our 70s and 80s, we are known as the Carnival Kids. And so they made stops at these islands that the cruising company owns, where we could get our hair braided.
Oh, yeah.
And we could drink endless amounts of rum punch.
Oh, yes.
And we could buy native goods. That is French for made in China. This is much better than my class was. duty-free
And
shopping.
you got all these people looking at this 17-year-old redhead in shorts.
I know. It's like, who cares about me?
Who cares what you
Exactly.
They've never been on a cruise and they never
Yeah.
had their hair braided. They don't understand. We know. Go ahead.
So anyway, there's duty-free shopping, which is cruise speak for overpriced but no taxes.
Yeah, right.
Diamonds,
She's right.
rubies, and pearls dangled before us at every port of call.
Yes.
And every shop takes MasterCard and Visa. So you never know what the rate of exchange is.
Yeah.
But you can pay it off in time.
Before you die.
Oh, and gosh, who can resist those darling little animals that the stewards make out of your bath towels?
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're so cute.
You know, it just makes me
Little
want
ducks.
to tip somebody thinking about it. So cruising makes you feel like a celebrity because everywhere you go, the ship paparazzi are behind you, taking pictures of you doing the cutest things. And of course, you buy them all. You buy them all. So that when you die, your children know where their inheritance is. Now, here's the good part.
Okay.
Shore excursions are a big deal. Sometimes the ships. Have some more wine, Sharon.
I'll drink for the ship.
Sometimes the ships dock at a port of call.
That could get your biggest laugh over it, you guys.
Maybe so. So anyway, that happens every so often, but not all the time, because sometimes the port of call doesn't have a deep enough place. So you have to drop anchor off the coast. And then they bring out what they call the tenders.
The tender.
Now, here's the thing about the tenders. Tender is a Polynesian word, which means you're doomed. They are small boats that flop about in the water like rubber balls and hold up to 15 terrified passengers. The same crew that gives you your meals, serves you your meals, and makes your bed, now are there dressed in a completely different outfit, handing you down into the seating area of the tender, where you glimpse the cringing faces of the buffet bloated people who are already seated in the tender, watching as you have an uncontrolled flight onto the seats, into the tender. There is nothing tender about it. So you will next board either a bus or an open tram for an excursion of wherever you are. And it is a white knuckle excursion.
White.
And the reason it's white knuckle is because they cram a full day's expedition into 2 hours. And that's so you can get back to the ship and eat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And drink.
So, but be assured, there will be plenty of alcohol available so that you will think you had a good time. And every night is disco night, enhanced by the rock and roll of the ship. Rock and roll, rock and roll. Oh, I think I get it. You know, that's what our generation did. We loved rock and roll, and we cruised every weekend of our lives up and down the main street of wherever we live.
Fremont Street.
It's in our blood. Vroom, vroom. Bon voyage.